Welcome to Goldfish on Games, where I figured it was time to do a bit of an update video, as well as a tour of the new space. As at the end of 2025, I moved almost 400 miles for a new job, which meant saying goodbye to the old location, one that I'd been at for almost 8 years. It's where the channel really grew up, even if it didn't start there originally. And well, it was a little bit sad to see it go. But this change has given me far more space, as it means that, well, I now have a dedicated home office, where I can work on videos without all the distractions of all those other machines. And well, it's not as cramped as the previous location, even if I have filled it up with quite a lot of stuff. And before we move on to the gaming den, which is where most of the hardware is, I'd like to go over the main part of this update right now and just get it out of the way. And that is, I'm going to be going down to just 2 videos a month after this one. Mostly because the new job is going to be really busy over the next year or so, and I'm having to commute into the office every day, which means I have so much less time to work on videos than I used to. But it also means that I can spend more time on each video that I produce, as there's been ones that I've been wanting to do for ages, like reviews of really complicated games, that were just going to take so much time that I did not have the opportunity to do it in just the short amount of time that I'd given myself for each video. So hopefully this will be a good thing, and don't worry, there will still be Cover This Face Off videos coming in the future, but they will start to change as the year goes on, because as we've seen with the Xmas edition, I'm starting to run low on content, and I feel that's going to continue on for the next year. But I do have a replacement for when, well, there's just nothing left to cover. But I will be trying to come up with some interesting ideas to keep it going for a little bit longer. And if you've got any ideas of your own, then let me know in the comments. Well, I think it's time to move on to the gaming den. We enter the room by passing what we've dubbed the Sentinels, which are these bookcases, with most of the controllers on them in these boxes. Now I am trying hard to keep things organised, but we'll see how long that lasts. And I do like to have some fun things on top of them. And then we get into the room proper. And as we can see from this quick pan around, there is far more space to work with than what I had before. But this is still crammed with stuff. And I've sort of split the room into 4 parts. We have all the consoles at one end, then the bookcases with all the games along one wall, the computers are at the other end of the room, and then I've got a work desk along the last wall. Now my TV unit is back, and it's got all the consoles set up on it. With the TV, well, it's now proudly in the middle this time, as opposite this is this leatherette sofa that came with the property. Now I've got most of the consoles all plugged in with labelled plugs and SCART cables so I can easily switch between them. And the plan is to try and get more shelving at the back of it so I can lay things out a little bit better. But at this point it's mostly tweaking what I had before. What I haven't worked out is my capture card setup, so there might be more screen recordings until I get that all sorted. And that sofa also doubles as storage, and I've managed to stuff a lot more things underneath there as well. Moving on, and we have the bulk of the bookcases with all the games stuffed in. And I do mean stuffed. I have way too many, and I had to get creative in how I got them all on here, as I really did not want those piles of shame that I had before. And while we pan over the bookcases, I guess it's time to do a more detailed update. Now last year was quite the challenge. I was doing 3 videos a month, while also working on getting a game launched. And that one, well, it got absolutely slated. But my stuff worked great, and this video isn't about that. But what I did do last year was set myself a goal, and that was to really push the channel. And I think I managed that with 2,500 new subs, due to a few breakout videos, and that also resulted in over 300,000 views and over 32,000 hours of watch time. which, if my maths is correct, is over 2 years of solid watch time. Incredible! Thanks everyone that watched the videos. I couldn't have done it without you. So as you can imagine, I'm absolutely ecstatic with the results. But I cannot keep that pace up. Not with how things have changed. Starting a brand new job, which I am absolutely not allowed to talk about, but I am hoping to keep a range of videos coming out, with reviews, those list style ones that people seem to really enjoy, as well as the odd experimental one. But I will have to be more picky. I'll still be making videos that I want to make and that I enjoy, but I'll also have to make sure that the ones I put out are ones that, well, have a chance of getting views. So hopefully you'll enjoy those, and it will also give me more time to do some of the crazy projects that I have in mind. I also launched a Patreon, which did better than I ever expected, and please don't feel pressured to pay. If you want to see the videos early and give feedback, then you can join for free, you get all the same perks, or you can hang out in the Discord, as I also share them there as well as give hints on the new videos that's coming out. Now right at the end of the room we have all the retro computers. Now all the PCs are all set up to go through a KVM switch and audio switcher to make them easier to use. And long-time viewers and commenters will also note that there's space under the desk now. I can actually sit comfortably at them. Same with the other end that has the A4000 and RISC PC. These are both using the Acorn monitor as its multi-sync, even if the 3D printer is currently living under the desk here and taking up some of the space. Now behind them are obviously more bookcases, and while they are also covered in games, I'm trying to have some of the other machines that I've got there as well, to make them easier to get to. I'm not sure if things will remain like this, but I feel it's a good starting point, and that's the same for most of this room. So far it's been a case of just getting stuff out of the boxes, getting them on the bookcases, and then slowly start to move things around so there's some form of order. At the moment with the PC and Amiga games, there is no order at all, it's just what would fit in the bookcases. So if you're trying to work out how they're organised, there is no organisation. And finally, we have the work desk, where I can actually do some proper work on projects. Now I've already done one recently, which was an RGB mod of a twin Famicom. There's no video for that, I just wanted to do it for fun. And this surface here, well that's where I'm going to be recording opening up game boxes on and showing you the contents of them with this fancy new desk mat. Some of the more eagle-eyed viewers might recognise the pattern on it, but they might also recognise that I've done some filming here already, including filming behind me on those bookcases. This space has already shown that it works so much better for me than the old one did. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the new digs. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, even if it will require a bit more work. And I'm hoping that, well, it's going to help me produce some amazing content in 2026. Even though I don't think any of them are going to quite beat the absolute powerhouse that was the DS Advance. This thing did so much better than I ever imagined. And, well, it was just quite a cool little project. And before I go, I'd like to thank you for getting this far into this video, as well as watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and all that other fun stuff that you've been doing with all my other videos. It's been absolutely amazing. So thank you so very, very much. I also want to give a big heartfelt thanks to my Patreons, who not only got to see this video ad-free a week early, but they've also get to see their name on screen at the moment. And if you'd like to join them for free, then you can do. There will be links in the description. But honestly, with the content going down next year, or this year really, wow, 2026 already, don't feel compelled to do so. It's there if you really, really want it. And well, until next time, I've been the Goldfish, this is the new Digs, and the new Gaming Den, and this was Goldfish on Games.